Did you?
Master has given me audio.
Yay! Do I need to do anything else with that?
I think you need to give me video. Yeah, so it just has my picture.
Whoa! We're also on YouTube. Hang on. Okay, so I need to make you a panelist. Disable talking. Yeah. Chat, promote to panel. Oh, you've been promoted.
Ding dong. Okay, and then I just press this. Oh, I still need you to allow me video.
Allow you video. That's very. What's the word I'm looking for? Ah, yeah, here we go. Oh, why do you not do all the things? As soon as I hover over the video button, it comes up with another what about if I just make you host? No, that's taking me away from being host. So whenever I hover over your thing to make you have video, it comes up with another drop down box. Oh my God. Come on, Zoom. Do the thing. Can I just click on you? And do the thing? Okay, how did we do this? This was easy last time.
I think you did make me a host last time.
Like the host is like, make host, change role to attendee, forbid record, rename, remove, make host. Do you want to change the host? So if I change that, oh yeah, there we go.
There I am.
Hello.
Cool. Let me open the doc.
How are you this morning?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty crazy day yesterday. It's always good. And just doing writing like the whole day today. I got another session with someone who I met at the Songwriters, helping songwriters.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And then probably some writing for myself.
Cool.
Yeah. I had a song in the works a while ago, but I hadn't touched it in a while.
Yep.
I always usually feel inspired at really late at night and then just got down the rest of the chorus. And, I think the more I get done on a song, the more I want to finish it.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this whole thing, 1 month. I've been thinking about it. I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, I think it would be a better idea to release one song a month, and then like the following month, you release like a film clip or do a gig or do something else. So it's not just like releasing song.
Yeah.
So a bit more of other stuff, if that makes sense.
I think, for sure. Like really, really take that one song and just like get the most out of it, I suppose.
Yeah. I think so having more of a, I don't know, I'll do this for the next 12 months and see what happens. And then like I guess next year then I'll do like a film clip a month or something else or gigs or whatever else, because I got the music out there. So
yeah, gigs are always good.
But then when I was like, why don't I just do this for the last album instead of trying to write new material? Anyway. Anyways, cool. So ACP, sent me through some stuff before, which I added into that document already.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So I didn't really have a, he picked this song, like one, it was called The King of Pop, Michael Jackson. But he picked this song mainly just for that synth sound. So I don't really have a, I've got some lyric ideas. I don't really have anything that's sort of like, this is what I want to say. So I feel a little bit silly coming into this session, not really knowing where I want to go. So
yeah, that's all right. I just sort of, I definitely need, that screenshot is Anthony's.
Yep.
And the rest of it is yours?
Yeah, so it's not really anything specific. It was just a whole bunch of ideas that I had around the same time that I was writing this. I've obviously got that bit I highlighted in red, which is kind of where I was going with it. But yeah, so we kind of have, a couple of different ideas floating around, but no real key focus.
Yeah, I mean, is this just a straight up like tribute song to like Michael Jackson or whoever?
No, I think it needs a message underneath that. Like, I think like all of these great artists, like the King of Pop, like the thing I've got highlighted in red there is the King of Pop isn't dead. He lives on in me. He lives on in you. It's just like this whole process of transformation, because everyone gets so caught up in these like superstars and they die. And then I was thinking about, I'm like, that's the same message as I'm not your hero. And I was like, well, maybe we can say it in a different way anyway.
Yeah, I guess similar. I think I'm Not Your Hero is more like a song that is designed to get people to realize that they're not as different to these people than they might think.
Yep.
Whereas this, I mean, what we've just that highlight a bit to me says just like it's more of a legacy sort of thing, and it's like just not forgetting the people through the inspiration that they created within you keeps their legacy going. It is similar, but I think we can give them enough separation if we want to do that.
I think like the whole production of this is completely different. It's bloody major key. So I don't know whether I like it actually. Like everyone else loved it on Friday when I played it. I was looking for some people just saying it's too happy, and I was like, that's what I wanted to hear. I was like, it's too happy. I'm like, all right, sweet, we'll get rid of this. We'll put some more minor chords.
No, like I said, it reminds me of all those retro games, man.
It's like it's almost like a Killer's kind of sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what ACP and I were talking about, because there's a link at the top to the playlist.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got like a whole bunch of like Linkin Park, like and all those kind of 90s bands. I think there's some Three Doors Down, like that. If I Go Crazy, Kryptonite.
Yeah. I used to love Three Doors Down. I guess I still do, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't like them, but now I like them because they're good songwriters. Linkin Park, some Prince stuff that obviously he loves as well. At Dawn of the Dead songs, definitely a curveball. Some like Limp Bizkit, Hoobastank.
Hoobastank, I had that CD. Holy shit!
You like it or you don't like it?
I did, yeah. It does. Like, if I bought the CD when I was a kid, man, well, that's right in the memory bank. Sometimes I forget which bands I like.
Yeah. Crawling in the dark, looking for the answers. Yeah, and I've been listening to this playlist. I'm like, this is cool. I'm so glad. Like, I loved all those Biscuit and stuff in high school, and cool. And it's sort of weird to like. I'm like, I wouldn't make a playlist like this. So it was kind of cool to.
Yeah, these are definitely more like. Oh, they're not as like synthy as this track. Like the real high retro-y sound. They're pretty heavy, like guitars and bass and things, or just traditional rock sort of sounds.
So they're kind of some of the ideas. Yeah, like it's a fascinating process coming in without really any real clear idea. So I'm like, all right, what do you need, and what do I want to share, and where am I going with this? And
I mean, just listening to like that opening instrumental, it's like it's definitely uplifting, you know.
Yeah.
So, I think. I mean, I'm sure there's bands out there that have taken uplifting music and like have a really like dark message, like a happy sad sort of song, you know. It's like makes you feel happy, but then like you decode the lyrics and they're like, oh, this is deep and like kind of sad. But that doesn't mean we have to do that. But
well, I think like I love the whole idea. Like we've got this bit of a theme in response to Linkin Park over the last few songs.
Mm.
And yeah, I love the idea. Like it's going to be like I'm pretty sure where we're going is like me singing chorus and rap verses.
Yeah. Okay.
And so probably our main focus for today is just working on this idea of the chorus. And yeah, so sort of almost like an in the end kind of thing. Like I tried so hard and not so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Kind of vibe, and then the rappy vocals.
Yeah. So start out with your hook.
Yep.
And then I think it's not, that's the web version. That's I guess the most material I've heard that has that sort of structure is just Eminem.
Oh yeah, cool.
I'm thinking, how does it? Oh no, he doesn't start out with the hook.
It doesn't have to start out with a hook, but that's what.
Yeah, I think it needs to with that instrumental. Like literally, like straight away, it comes in with a hook. As soon as those guitars come in, we need a hook there.
Okay, cool.
Just yeah. Or like a half hook.
Yeah.
Damn, I could have sworn that's what he did in Spacebound, but it's not. That's okay.
Yeah, in what song?
In Spacebound by Eminem.
I am definitely not. I know Eminem. I don't know that song by name, that's for sure. Yes, let's like River is a cool one. I think that comes in with the hook at the start, doesn't it? Oh, hey Sarah. Oh,
hey,
coffee. Say hi YouTube. Say hi Jake.
Bean juice.
What is this? This is the biggest coffee I've ever seen. It's bigger than my head. Look how big it is. That's what she said. We may be experiencing some breakfast noise in the background. So
holy shit. Dude, I was like, so I'm just looking up an artist who has written some hooks for rappers, and I hadn't heard any of her stuff for ages, and I just looked her up on Spotify. She's got all this new stuff out. I'm so listen to all that shit. Where is the one I'm looking for?
Put some tunes on in the background, I suppose. I will let you do that.
Yeah, okay. So she does hook straight away. It's just full song, eh?
What's the song?
Full chords, yeah?
Yep, it's E flat. 4-chord song in E flat, but with the minor chord 6 beats long.
Oh, is that right?
Because it was like too 4-chordy. It needed to have slightly longer dark bit in it. Ooh.
Ah, cool. Yeah, sweet.
Oh. Sweet potato and quinoa meatballs. So how do you usually start? Do you start with like a melody first, or do you come up with lyric ideas first?
You just start with what I'm actually going to say first.
Yep.
That's really, man. He's going to have to rap quite fast.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's 135. It's definitely not a rap. Like a rap tempo is probably more around like 90, something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I really. To me, if it's like a rap and a hook, like I think the rap is really important to know first.
Okay.
You get any sort of song like that, like the rap always leads in to the hook from like a different angle.
Yep.
And so it's like, it's a shame Anthony isn't here to chat because
I think we can probably help him. Like we can craft that part, and he can lead into it.
Sure. Yeah. Old as gold, confused. This one keep me. Probably have to go like up. Like these kind of hooks are usually on like pretty high notes.
Yep.
Like you know, just gonna stand there and watch me burn. Because it comes out after these raps and it has to have a bit of punch to it. So I wouldn't.
You're gonna make me try and sing better too.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sit in like a talking register like a. Want to be up. And even higher. And I always decide whether I want the hook on the beat or speed 2. Whether you want that boom or just come out. I don't know.
Yeah.
This one feels like it should be on the second beat. Yeah. Cool. Oh my god. Phlegm. Yeah, it's a matter of like what what do we want to say?
So yeah, I wrote in a couple of things like we had that tribute to Jester. We had the next thing I sort of think was like the one thing that can't be defeated is love. Like ACT kind of wanted to talk about like there's something more positive. Like you love the idea of the textures and sounds, but taking that sort of language and just talking about the struggle. But the one thing that can't be defeated is love.
That is a good message and idea. I like that. Let's go with that. One thing.
I think that the other sort of idea I had in my head is that like, you know, once like you never like life is never completed. Because I think like the whole idea of once I get to this certain place, I'll have everything and everything will be fine. But like once you pass the test, you pass the test, you get to rest, and then you get the next level of test. So like you never ever get to this point where your life is finished. And so no matter what, you've always got like when you get to that that point where you get to rest, you get to say thank you, and then okay, what's next kind of
Yep.
thing. So you're always like, all right, I've done that now, and now what's next? So that you're never stagnating and just feeling like you don't have a point to your life anymore.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think out of those two, we have to pick one to sort of go with.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Yep.
either all these characters and influences or whatever, whoever inspires you, like they're never, like love is always gonna, survive, or just that never-ending push or next challenge and things like that.
Yeah,
pick one.
I think let's go with the first one. I reckon that's Let's get away from superheroes for once.
Cool.
What's that? Hey, superheroes.
So let's expand on that. Just that idea. So the one thing that can't be defeated is love. What does that mean? What is that saying?
So it means that no matter what happens, you're worthy of love. No matter what you do, what you don't do, you're still worthy of love. No matter whether you become successful and famous, you're still worthy of love. No matter if you fail, you're still worthy of love. Ooh, I like these rations of brownie that keep coming in.
One thing that can't be defeated. Love is something that is. I would say like, maybe at least in my experience, maybe there is like instances. I don't even know, but like if you love, like obviously it's something that is built up bit by bit and is constructed right over time, like with effort, and I think even if like I don't know, whatever helped you build and construct that, if that disappears, or if that is no longer there, what it's constructed is still remains, and it can't actually go in the reverse direction. I don't think you can really deconstruct love that's built up. Do you agree?
I'm probably coming more from like I think you're talking more about like a human like connection love where you work together to grow together. I think I'm talking more about like a universal love, in the sense that whether you get off the couch and do something significant with your life or whether you don't, you're still worthy of love, because it's like that, that feeling of a sense of failure.
So, okay.
So it's
how would you define that?
I can define it in non-musical terms.
Well, that love, like, so if that's different, if you're using the term in a more broader sense, or just like,
well, like if we talk about human love, like it's kind of almost, if we look at it like an infatuation, it's like, oh my God, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me, and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden something bad happens. It's like, fuck, you're the devil, you're evil, and blah blah blah. So I'm talking about more like a universal kind of thing. Is that in that situation, you're like, when you're coming together, it's only one side of the coin, and you're like, I only like the good bits, and then the bad bits happen, and it's the bad bits that actually help us grow. And so it's the easy side, that the infatuation side, that draws us closer, and then the parts that we don't like is the parts that actually help us, expand and grow as people. So universal love is, or that love concept, is looking at it from that as you're getting closer to someone, you're actually acknowledging that there's some downside to being infatuated by this person, or thing, and acknowledge that, and choosing to tackle those challenges, so that as you get to that point where it becomes both pleasure and pain, you can see both sides simultaneously, so that you're not either infatuated or resentful.
Yeah.
And then also when you're separating from someone, you can still love them and appreciate them, how they've helped you grow. And
that's what I meant. That's what I was trying to say with you can construct that, and then even though, let's say if a relationship doesn't work out, you still have whatever has been constructed on the good side, and you can still appreciate that and the growth that it's created. Like that doesn't get destroyed when the physical side of things stop or whatever. Like, I'm sort of wasn't. Yeah, I'm not completely referencing just like infatuation side of things. I'm like, yeah, I love, I guess, is the growth, and all the aspects of your personal understanding that you build up with someone else. And and it doesn't matter what the situation, because that thing is something that you carry as a person, and that's your effort and that's your construction, that doesn't get destroyed when situation changes or you move on to something else or you go to the next step. I guess, yeah.
Prepare for NutriBullet. Hang on. I think I can mute myself. How do I do that?
It's not. It's actually not that loud. But yeah. What we're both trying to say is sort of related. Setting the challenge of pain, knowledge and
It's seeing that the pain of something is also love.
Yeah.
It's helping you grow and appreciating the discomfort and the unknown and the feelings of failure and loss.
Yeah.
They're all part of the journey, because if we didn't have those, we'd be walking around with our heads stuck up our butt.
Yeah.
So this kind of love is appreciating both the good and the bad simultaneously, like a yin and yang thing.
Yeah.
There's something in those ACP lyrics. I'm like, well, I'd like to change that up. So what was he saying? Enough of the days feeling so stupid, it's useless. But I want to say something more along the lines of like learning to love that stupid part of myself.
Yeah.
It's useful or something. Have changing around so that we're looking at feeling stupid is actually breaking us down so that we can actually be open to learn and vulnerable.
Let me show you the lyrics. My favorite artist, Gabrielle Aplin. She recently that song. What's it called? I'll have to look her up on Spotify. I think a lot of artists at the moment are actually hitting less of a more of a philosophical side and more of like that whole like embracing the flaw, sort of like it's okay that feel like shit some days or whatever, but my mistake.
Yeah, but that's the like, how do we make it relatable? But like having those days of failure and our flaws and stuff are actually the most important parts of us, who we are, because it helps us break down those walls and let go of the old way of being. And
so this at the moment, like her. See if I just copy and paste. I'll just link you to the lyrics. She's touched on that in her last couple of songs actually. So this is one song called "My Mistake." Like, especially have lines like this, which is.
You're linking me to the lyrics in
Zoom, sorry.
Zoom.
But it's too. I saw my friend today. She tried to comfort me. So the situation is like she's feeling shit. Like she doesn't want to be productive or whatever. I saw my friend today. She tried to comfort me, but I turned her away. There's magic in this misery. So it's like I need to feel like this.
Yep.
So no matter what you say, I don't think I'll ever change. Chorus is, am I jaded? Am I meant to feel this way? I'm a loser, getting beat by my own game. But if I falter, well, at least it was my mistake. At least it was my mistake because I choose to be this way. I'm a loser. I self-deprecate. So when I falter, at least it was my mistake. I guess it's just sort of admitting that you have, you're not always going to have those perfect days. But then also,
yeah, I want to flip. I want to flip that too because that's really cool because that's the way we connect. And then when I falter, well, then that makes me stronger, kind of thing. So when I get because when I'm feeling shitty and crappy, it actually gets my ego down so that I go, all right, well now I got to do some. I don't consciously do it, but I'm like I start doing cleaning and I start doing things that I need to make sure that so it actually just breaks down my ego a bit so that I can actually do all the day-to-day chores and things like that. So it just helps me break down that rock star mindset and like wishing that my life was a certain way so that I can actually do the things I need to do. And then, my partner can come home and I can say, hey, look, I feel shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's okay. And I'm like, we can actually connect. I can be both sided human. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. There's another one of hers called kintsugi, which is I don't know if you've heard of that. It's like a Japanese style of repair of pottery. When they have like a broken pot, they glue it back together with gold.
Cool.
So it actually highlights the imperfection that once was there.
That's awesome.
And turns it into something. So she has.
What's it called?
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi. The song's called Kintsugi.
Yeah, I linked it as well in there. So sometimes I got to smile on my face. Sometimes I got to fake it because honesty is so out of place. Everyone's afraid to be naked. I don't know how much more I can take. I'm broken in so many pieces. Would be easy to just throw them away, but I don't want to give up on feeling. Now that I'm shattered, I'm all kinds of me. Was knocked off the shelf, but I'm also complete. I'm under the weather with no place to be, but that's just what I need. So again, very similar message.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And I want to say the exact same idea, but then say that's exactly what I need. So we're having to give people permission to actually be that way, and then actually see that there's actually some hidden blessings happening in that process.
Yeah. Could even say you can't have a rainbow without a little rain,
Yeah. Or you can't have the rainbow without an equal amount of rain.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. I'm just going to grab my charger. I'm still on headphones though, so you can talk and I can hear.
Yeah. So we really want to emphasis on not just acknowledging it, but like it's like bring it on sort of thing. It's like go there and actually.
Yeah. It's we want to love it.
Sort of
quinoa? No. Granola? No worries. I don't know whether I can show you my Sarah's little production line going on over here. I don't know whether I can spin it around. I don't know, I can pick up my granola bowls going on.
I was gonna say smoothie bowls is the next big thing, isn't it? Like everyone's doing smoothie bowls.
It's we're down with this, Dad.
It's like smoothies in a cup. Nah, man, bowls. I was way ahead of Kev. I was drinking shit out of bowls when I was a kid. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna just limit myself to cups. I want a cup of water. No, I'm gonna have a bowl of water. And look where we are now.
Yep.
No, they look delicious. I've got peanut butter and cheese sandwich and some yogurt and some nuts.
Peanut butter and cheese sandwich.
See, that's completely normal for me. Apparently that's weird. Peanut butter and cheese.
I'm allergic to peanuts, so that's definitely not on my radar. Actually, I'm not allergic to peanuts anymore. I just have a very strong aversion to them.
Yeah. Cool. So now that we have that out of the way, let's just have another listen.
I think my keyboard's died. That's annoying. Minor inconvenience. Graniola.
Yeah,
Cool. Bring on the suffering.
yeah, it's really.
Or it's learning to master those ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Because we go up, we go down. Like whenever my life's like, yes, awesome, life is the best now. Just sold a client $4,000 in my account. Yeah. I got so excited the last time that happened, and then they wanted a refund like a week later. I'm like, $4,000 in, $4,000 out, and I was like, I was so elated, and then I was so depressed. Yeah, I was so elated. I'm so depressed. And now whenever I get that experience, I'm just like, cool. And I either start playing myself some music like bum, 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 bum. And I'm just like trying to keep myself in check so that I don't get so high and just start, all right, what have I got to do here to like get the work done, make sure this client gets the result they want? What do they need? So I'm just like bringing myself down into balance as opposed to just getting like really excited. And yeah, so at every stage, you kind of lose that, you forget. At every next level, you forget like that you can't have any pleasure without any pain. So yeah, so we're setting. Well, that's kind of that principle that I was talking about before. Is that whatever level you get to, you don't clock life until you check out, I guess.
Yeah. I just want an opening to the chorus that goes da-na-na-na, or da-na-na-na-na. That's literally all I want. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. It's so hard to like find a good melody to 4-chord songs. I feel like they all sound the same. Okay. Well, at least those two notes anyway. Challenge, pain, accepting.
Yeah, what are you thinking for these first opening lines?
That's what I'm trying to think. Like, it's definitely gonna have to be structured. I think. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not. I could be just limiting myself. But like in a similar style, of the other songs, how the chorus is like, you, it turns around on itself in terms of what it says. So it's like, I don't know. This example, like the elephant in the room, we said, it keeps on dragging me down. This is all the bad stuff. But then turning around the other way, it's find the line or whatever. So it's like it outlines the experience. If you don't do what this song is trying to tell you to do, and then tells you what to do. So I think it's gonna have to maybe be the same thing, where it's like, you're gonna have times where you're gonna be like really high and then really low, and then you have to accept like the end like the final lines of how long the hook's going to be is going to be like saying search for that pain and actually take that on, but the opening has to sort of just outline what
could we say something more along the lines of the fantasy and the elation and all the things only comes from like in contrast to the darkness.
Yeah.
So it's like we're selling the like the whole love fantasy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then flipping it on its head so that actually we're talking about
but
that
then
only comes from the pain that you go through.
But then I'm like, maybe we don't even need that, because we can just get Anthony in the raps to the good thing about rapping is you have a lot more words, which you're able to paint a bigger picture and a more detailed picture of like personal experience. So we could just, the first sort of half of explaining what we're actually outlining, the problem that we're actually trying to solve, instead of doing it in the first half of the chorus and then resolving it in the second half of the chorus. We can just get Anthony to sort of outline these things in the verse, and then just in the chorus focus on just the last bit in terms of, I think that might be better in this case. So just, and we only need like 4 lines just about bringing on the suffering. So
bringing on the suffering.
It is so weird with the happy chords and stuff.
I don't think I've ever written a song in a major key.
No shit.
And when I wrote this, I was like, I just didn't like it. It's fascinating how someone's like, I like this one. This is the one.
I'm not your hero. That's all in still major key, man. In E major. You start on the F sharp minor, but the key is still E major.
Yeah, but all the fundamental chords are like start like it's major E, but it's still it's like a Dorian. It's slightly more happy than a minor key.
Fuck.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
We don't we don't we don't have the title yet, do we?
No.
Let's think of
I
a
think so.
title. I think that's gonna help.
Something like, yeah, no matter what, your love kind of vibe. Oh, I turned my keyboard off. Why did I do that? Yeah, no matter what happens, whether you reach the stars, whether you dedicate your life to being of service. Well, that might be a funny dynamic to talk about. Or whether you just become a dad and just, go to work and provide for your family. That might be a cool contrast.
Yeah, and these are all verses.
Could be like, you can't defeat love. Or
should we just call it undefeated?
Yeah.
Cool.
Undefeatable?
Yeah, something along those lines. Undefeated. Let's keep going. Undefeated. Invincible. Undefeatable.
I like invincible.
Synonyms. Bulletproof. Strong. Irresistible.
Superhuman.
Shoot me down, but I won't fall.
Yeah, I love that titanium.
What do we like more? Invincible?
I like invincible more. It just looks nicer as a word. I am invincible.
Yeah. Well, let's know where we're heading with the line. I think that you've got like. Invincible. Oh, I could hear it before. Invincible, 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 invincible. I'll put it in as brackets. Just like I don't know if we want to like be super direct and be like you are invincible, or if it's want to be more of like a concept rather than because it seems counterintuitive, but like successful songs also they're not. There's always exceptions, but like they're not. Some have been very successful without being very direct and being like, "Do this, you are this," like very telling and very like directive. Instead of doing that, just like outline an idea and let people make that decision themselves.
Well, yeah, I guess the whole idea is that you're invincible, but you're also vulnerable. And that invincibility comes from having both sides.
Yeah, so let's just say like we the invincibility only comes from like possessing both sides.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, like we're fucking cool.
I saw your little food dance there. So Sarah's sitting there watching the TV and she's just taken her first mouthful of her acai bowl and she just did a little food dance.
Yeah. I made this.
And she's going all red because she's embarrassed, and now that's been immortalized on YouTube. We'll cut that bit out. She doesn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's crying. That happens. You are invincible. Wonder if anyone's watching us on YouTube. Nope.
What loosely rhymes with invincible?
Vulnerable?
Can be more than one word.
Disco ball?
Kind of does.
Invincible. What else rhymes with invincible? Principle? Sarah, songwriting credit.
Yeah. Right, so something cool. Things like against a wall, you know, like that.
Yeah.
Invincible against the wall. So like still sounds.
And I guess if we look at my story, like once I discovered this human behavior and stuff, I was like, awesome, I'm like invincible. And then I started driving everywhere at 140 k's an hour because I thought that I was like this god being and nothing could ever go wrong. And then I got all of the lessons in order to actually get me grounded, focused, diligent, humbled, so that I actually be able to sustain all the challenges of actually building a business. So
yeah,
I got 10 speeding fines in the month of January 2011.
I guess it's kind of we're saying we're invincible, but really, the message is that we're not invincible.
Well, the invincibility
Different.
comes from the pain. Because my life was like mediocre, and I was kind of like, yeah, I kind of had enough, time and energy and money to do all the things I wanted to do. I had this fantasy that I wanted to be famous, but I didn't have the emotional integrity or the skills to be able to tackle or hold. Like, I was still like, if someone teased my music, I'd be like, someone dislike my music. I was very emotionally volatile. So I had to go through all those challenges, being put up against the wall in order to actually be able to stay the course and actually tackle all the challenges. So yeah, being up against the wall.
Really like against the wall. So is it like, so we want to say not, because we can either have like it either feels like you're pushing against the wall, as in you're like that's a struggle and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, or you're being put against the wall, right? And you're getting, I don't know which way we want to go.
Well, yeah, I don't know, because like when you start something, like being a rock star, like there's a whole bunch of fantasy associated to it. Like then I'll get the car and the famous, and I'll be significant, and be able to do everything. But with that comes a lot of responsibility. So it's like when you actually dedicate your life to doing something like that, you have to be able to both push against the wall and be pushed up against the wall in order to sort of hold that ground, hold that space.
Yeah.
So
yeah, both work. For sure. I guess the more relatable one would probably be pushing against the wall. Because I think if we're from a listener's perspective, right? If I'm saying, you need to be pinned against the wall to understand what I'm saying. But they don't feel like they're in that position, or they like don't want to put themselves in that position. Whereas if we say, like we said, also an elephant in the room, like, I forget whatever the first verse, we said something along the lines of like, you're getting nowhere, right? You're just pushing against the wall and you're not doing anything. That's a lot more gripping, because so many people definitely feel that way.
I would say most people are trying to avoid pain before seeking pleasure. So I would say that most people are just like, I don't want to have to do that. So I would say that they're maybe up against the wall in the sense of like just getting put resistance against the pain that they have to go through in order to get to what they want.
Yeah.
Like going to the gym to get the body you want is hard. Going to work to make the money that you want is hard. Getting music out there is hard. Finding the girl you want is hard.
Pushing against the wall. I go to pushing / back up. Because you can have, it's like, back up against the wall. Back up against the wall. Yeah, anyway, along those lines.
I can't even hear this song in my head now.
Might be.
Thanks, Simon.
I think you're gonna need like wait.
Uh-oh.
Actually, never mind.
Just grabbing a jumper. Jake's got some on at 2 o'clock, so we'll be done in.
Feel your back, yes,
What is going on there?
Interruption. There's a dead guy sneaking up from 4125. Do something for you, Rob.
So I guess the narrative of this chorus, so from what's going through my head, so we've got someone who gets to the point where they can't go any further, like they're either their back's up against the wall or whatever, and then they need to, at that point, start looking with more open eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I just need, I guess, a line, maybe leading them up to that point where you have to stop and think and start learning and start questioning and embracing.
Yeah. So before that, so you feel your back against the wall. So it could be like open your heart or mind or eyes, or because we're trying to find, like, as we're going down, like, oh no, my life's going to shit. We want to be appreciating that process.
Yeah,
So,
definitely want that whole my life's going to shit sort of thing.
Like the process, like what I'm talking about is just like we're trying to keep a homeostasis of our emotions. So it's like you've got to open your heart to see that when you're going down, process of then coming back up.
Yeah.
And connecting to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Seeing the bigger picture and seeing, you know, why you are, like, whatever is happening to you, you've always asked for it in some way, shape or form. Like, you wanted at some point this challenge in order to go through it. Yeah, I don't know whether it's like, I didn't, like last year I didn't want to have the challenge of breaking up with my partner, but now that I've done that, I'm like, this is now I've got the relationship that is so much better than what my previous one was. So I asked for that challenge to have to go through it in order to value myself, to now have a higher quality something.
Yeah.
And yet, same with that client coming in and coming out. It's just like, well, that's so cool that I now have that challenge, because before I didn't have that challenge.
Yeah.
And so just appreciating the pain so that I can get on with the process of the bigger picture of doing what I need to do, because I need to go through that in order to value myself and say, well, you know, you don't give a money back guarantee that doesn't have some sort of conditions on it. So people can't just leave 1 week into a program that's 90 days long. So one cool sort of thing that's been floating around in my head lately too is like, obviously there's a big issue with like men's mental health and things like that, and then also women's empowerment and things like that.
Yeah.
I came across this podcast explaining the whole idea of androgyny. So like, men need to become more feminine and talk about their emotions and express themselves and become more like female. And for women, it's about finding those masculine traits and owning that. They're becoming more androgynous. So there's no like, you know, like they don't have. It's that they're only one-sided. So they're both learning to be more like the other. So yeah, that might be something cool to kind of weave in there. Just like trying to become more whole. And whatever the challenge you're going through is, it's helping you become more of what you're not.
Yeah. It's a tricky one.
Yeah, there's a solution. Let's write about how we don't know how to write about this bit.
No, I just need to find a good melody. When I don't know, fun the rap and hook songs, like the hooks are so damn good.
Yeah, well, let's not worry about making it good. Let's just get the message right, and then we'll worry about making it good.
No, I've got the message down as much. Yeah.
We are going through the process that this song is about.
I think no, I've got a good understanding of what we can say in the chorus. I'm just thinking, yeah. Once I've got that, I just go for some melody ideas and fit some melody.
Cool. Well, do you want to leave it there and then to let it
stew for a bit?
Let it stew.
Yeah, that's we can do that.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's do. Cool.
Yeah. Well, what do you want? Is there anything you want me to do?
No, just keep in touch with Anthony and letting him know
where we're going.
Yeah, where we're going in terms of what the song's supposed to be saying, because it's his, especially as a rapper, like it's his job to lead into that main message.
Yep.
From a lot of different angles and like really dive into putting the listener in a place, in a space, in an experience.
Yep.
Where they can actually understand the message better with the hook when the hook comes in. So yeah, just like send me or just plug in the doc, like any more lyrics that he might come up with based on that. Yeah.
Got to stand tall, don't go over the fight. Never give in, never lose sight. We might fall at times. We've got to keep going, take our chances while this cycle keeps rolling. Let's pick the best.
I just communicate to him what the song is really trying to say.
Yeah.
I think especially he would just sort of go into his own head and ramble on what he might feel, but I want to get him, not writing songs for himself.
Yep.
Writing songs for a listener and for a relatable experience. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
It'll be fun for me to try and articulate that
for a bit.
Yeah, cool. All right, man. Nice one.
Alrighty.
Cool. Have a good day and enjoy some jamming. And when do you want to catch up again?
Ooh, good question.
Even if I come to the studio on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, okay, so yeah, I'm free on that day in the studio between 5 and 8, but I already have someone coming in for a chat and maybe writing after she finishes work.
Yep.
Which is probably
That's not going to work for me anyway, I don't
like
think.
5:36. Okay, yeah. That's right. Let me just have a look at my calendar. Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday. I can do any time before 1:30.
Cool. Let's do 11.
Yeah, cool. I'll have about an hour and a half or so. Even if like I can probably talk to you on the phone or something anyway. If I have to, I might be in transit.
We'll go 11 till 12:30 at the latest, but like ideally 12. I mean, if we're just writing a hook, I should probably have it by then. So.
Yep, cool.
Yeah.
All right, too easy, mate. I will talk to you then.
Sweet.
Thanks for that.
No worries.
Help me get some clarity and help me realize that I don't have to have everything sorted. It's like trying to clean before the cleaners turn up. It's my strategy.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Cool, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.